Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome back to my January 26th DVD update, where I'm going to show you all the DVDs and Blu Rays I've gotten in the past 3 weeks. So let's go ahead and get into this update. The first movie that I gotten was at Target. It was on sale for $5, and I just never had it in the collection, so I figured for $5 it was the perfect time to snag it up, and that is the Blair Witch Project. You know, like, coming upon the 10th anniversary of this, you'd expect that a better edition, or maybe even a Blu-ray of this film might be released yet, but no one's released anything, so you're just kind of reduced to what they have out, which is a full screen presentation of the film. But I mean, you know, like I said, for $5, who can really complain about this? But you know, with the hype and all the success of Paranormal Activity, I feel like a lot of people forget, you know, way back in 1999 when this movie actually was released, and you know, how great and you know, impactful it really was. So you know, if you guys have the time to ever like go back and check this film out, definitely check, you know, go back and you know, rediscover just how interesting and you know, well made this actually was, you know, put together. So definitely check this one out. The next one that I got, I know I'm going to get a ton of shit for, because I know, you know, way back in August when I actually reviewed this during its, you know, original theatrical run, I bitched it out completely, and the main drive as to why I actually purchased it was just for completist, you know, mentality, just to have every single one in the collection. And that, of course, the film that I'm talking about is the unrated director's cut of Halloween 2. This movie is fucking trash. It's a piece of fucking shit. It should burn in hell, and if you guys have a copy, I think that you should just wipe your ass with it and throw it down the shitter, because it's that bad. Me and my buddy Geologist from the Gut Munchers board, I actually brought it to his house, and we decided to give it a second chance, considering it was the unrated director's cut. Worst decision of my fucking life. And completely wasted like 119 minutes more of my life, because the director's cut is just as bad as you know, the original, the theatrical cut. There's not a major difference, but you know, a few things that stick out in my mind, especially towards the end. There's a bit of a difference in it, but it doesn't excuse the fact each cut of this movie fucking sucked. There's a goddamn blooper reel on this DVD that's more entertaining than this 119-minute diarrhea mess. So the movie fucking sucks, but I only got it to be, you know, just for completist mentality, to have every single Halloween film. But you can absolutely skip this film. It's a piece of shit. God damn it. And the next film I got, I actually found at Barnes & Noble, and I'm a huge Joe Dante fan, and I don't know why, but I feel like this film, out of all of his films, is probably the next one that's going to be on its way out the door as far as being discontinued. I don't, you know, have any facts or, you know, concrete information on that. I just have, like, a feeling that it's going to be. And I'm talking about Small Soldiers. This movie's actually really good. I remember when it was originally released, I probably didn't think too much of it, because even at the young age, I kind of felt that it was like a bit of like a, you know, rip, like a cash-in on the craze that Toy Story started with talking toys and whatnot. But you know, I did enjoy it then, and now that I have it now, as years have passed and I like have revisited, this movie is actually a lot of fun. Definitely a major underrated title from Joe Dante. So if you guys have the chance and you can actually find this, I would absolutely pick this up, especially just because since I feel that it's like going to be on its way out for some reason. The next film I actually got at Walmart in a 2-pack. I mainly just wanted the one film because I thought it was $13, but then when I went to go pick it up, it was actually attached with 2 movies, so I figured, well, whatever. I mean, I would have paid $13 for the one movie alone, but if I'm going to get a free movie with it, then, you know, so be it. So the main movie that I wanted was Mrs. Doubtfire, the behind-the-scenes edition. Always loved this movie as a kid, and I just never had it in the collection. And, you know, a few years ago, they actually came out with this behind-the-scenes edition. It's a 2-disc, so I was always really happy to have this as one of Robin Williams' best films. And I'm also a big Chris Columbus fan, too, so this is probably, in addition to Adventures in Babysitting and the Home Alone films, this is probably his best film. Bicentennial Man is actually highly underrated as well. The film that actually came with that, I don't really give a shit about it, but, you know, like I said, it came with it, and it's a 2008 film, Marley Me, starring Owen Wilson and Jennifer Aniston. I had heard that this movie, you know, a lot of people say, even on the back, there's a quote saying it's the perfect family comedy. All I heard about it was it's actually crazy fucking depressing, and it didn't make you feel good at all, considering I think it apparently has something to do with the outcome of the dog. I hope I didn't give anything away there. I haven't seen the movie, so it more or less has probably been ruined for me already, but that's all I've heard about it. You know, maybe one day down the road I'll actually get a chance to check it out. Another film that I had gotten was a Robin Williams film that I found at Walmart and again, and I had heard a few things about it, but it wasn't until I saw one of Cool Duder's past DVD updates, and he had actually said that it's a Robin Williams film that's actually a return to, you know, the Mrs. Doubtfire days of his comedy. And after hearing that, I figured, what the hell, I gotta check that one out immediately. And I'm talking about World's Greatest Dad. Based on what Cool Duder said, I was really intrigued to check this out, but after seeing it, it was a little, his comments on it were a little misleading. It definitely isn't in the same vein as Mrs. Doubtfire, the 90s comedies that Robin Williams was behind. This is actually, it's definitely a black comedy. It's a little darker. I mean, I definitely would say that the first half hour is pretty damn funny, but then, you know, it definitely just takes a darker turn. There's nothing really wrong with it, but with it starting off like, you know, like a pretty decent comedy and then it taking a dark turn, and especially me going into it thinking that it was going to be like, you know, roll on the floor, like, comedy to the max like Mrs. Doubtfire, I was definitely left a little disappointed with this, but it definitely is an interesting experiment for Robin Williams. If anything, I would give it a rental just to see what you guys thought, but I would definitely go as far to say that it's definitely not like Mrs. Doubtfire and, like, you know, the more, like, you know, family-oriented comedy that Robin Williams had been responsible for previously, so I'd give it a rent just to see what you guys think. The next one I got was a blind buy. It was one that I had heard pretty good amount about, and it's the Joel Schumacher film Blood Creek. I watched this. It was okay, nothing incredibly special. Price was a little steep on it. It was like $20 at Best Buy, but I had wanted to see. It has to do with like Nazi and occultism, but, you know, nothing really too special. I'd give it a rent, nothing major. Next one I got was at Best Buy, and I was surprised to see it. It's from Shout Factory, and it's Kingdom of Spiders, starring William Shatner. Never saw this, but there's a lot of kick-ass special features on it, so I'm actually really excited to check this one out. I think it's probably safe to assume that a film like this will probably end up into, you know, the Saturday Night Movie Drive-In reviews, so, you know, one day down the road, once I actually crack this open, I'll probably review it. Next film I got was from the good people over at Disney, who on your birthday they'll send you a free Blu Ray out of your choice of 5. So I selected a Blu Ray of Meet the Robinsons. Never seen this film, but it just looks like a lot of fun. And I've heard great things, and I'm just sure you know, the Blu Ray treatment is just going to benefit this film so much more. So haven't checked this one out, but it should be good. Another one I got was just recently got re-released, which I'm really happy about because I never owned the previous edition. And this is the 25th anniversary edition of The House on Sorority Row. Great, great slasher. If you guys haven't checked this one out, definitely check this one out. Definitely kind of a bit of an unsung slasher, but I mean, in the horror community, you know, tons and tons of people are aware of this film and love it, but I would highly recommend this film. This thing is just a good time. Don't worry about that shitty remake that they made, Sorority Row. I never saw it, but I can tell you it's probably a piece of shit. It doesn't hold a candle to that one. Another one I got with my order from Sorority Row was the 2005 Special Edition DVD of Rock and Roll Nightmare. I had never seen this movie before, but I checked it out, and it's actually going to be this Saturday's review for Saturday Night Movie Drive-In, so be sure to tune in on Saturday to hear a full-fledged review on 1987's Rock and Roll Nightmare. Another one I got was two blind buys that my mom had actually been nice enough to pick me up at Target. What a nice lady, huh? And that's the 2009 film Gamer, starring Gerard Butler. Cool cast, somewhat of a cool premise, kind of fell flat, nothing really special, but, you know, whatever. Kind of got to speed it up because the time's running low. Another one I got was the 25th anniversary edition of the Care Bears movie. I know I just absorb everything, 80s pop culture. I love everything about it. I watched most of this last night. It's actually pretty good. I just found it funny. You know, I just felt more like Tom Hanks and Big watching something like this. But it's good. You know, it's a 25th anniversary edition, $5 at Target. It's a good time, so I would recommend checking that one out if you're into 80s. And the last two I just got this morning. Haven't seen them yet, but it is the 2009 film Whip It and Michael Jackson's This Is It. The only king that I bow down to, baby. So I definitely plan on watching both of these films tonight. Both of these films I really looked forward to in 2009, but just never got my ass out to the theater to check it out in time. So I'm really, really happy to have this. I got This Is It at Target because $25 and it comes with the Blu-ray and DVD combo, so I'd recommend getting it there. Well, that wraps up my January 26th DVD update. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you guys on Saturday with the latest review of Saturday Night Movie Drive-In. Thanks again, guys.